Hey, what's up guys? Alberto Big Boost here. Today we have an awesome video with a great collaboration with Advanced Clutch Technology. We have been developing a clutch kit for the 2JZ with the ZF BMW transmission using the PMC adapter. Now, this whole time I've been running my car with a single disc ACT clutch that has held up with 800 horsepower this whole time. But today we're gonna step it up a notch and use a custom-made twin disc that ACT developed for this application. So if you have a high-power 2JZ and you're looking to have a clutch that's gonna be able to hold all the power you throw at it and also not burnt out, this is gonna be the clutch for you. There. Oh, wipers are on. Hey. Fuel pump's on. Oh. Battery's like dead. Car does sound pretty cool, doesn't it? All right guys, here we have our custom twin disc. It's a 225 millimeter disc clutch, custom made for the E36. This does use the twin mod technology. So this clutch is not your average twin disc. So you have your flywheel, you have your floater disc, you have a mod twin hub. The mod twin hub offers the ability to engage into the input shaft in a wider area instead of just having multiple contact points that can potentially twist the input shaft splines. This one protects you from having that issue, and then the discs have teeth on the inside diameter that engage into the outside diameter of the hub. Then you have your floater disc, pressure plate floater, and then your aluminum pressure plate. Here we have our clutch alignment tool. And now to see the mod twin. Also come with a fresh set of ARP flywheel bolts. This kit offers a one-piece chromolytic flywheel that you have the starter teeth built into it. You also have your friction surface and everything all in one piece. There's nothing to fall apart here. It has less distortion, and also it's a little bit heavier than an aluminum flywheel to generate more inertia and have more powerful clutch kicks. And if you have a high power car, you don't want the lightest clutch possible. You want something that's right in between, that's gonna be able to pack a punch behind clutch kicks. Otherwise, you're gonna be revving to the moon in order to be able to break your tires loose every time you clutch kick. Time to tear this thing apart. I've been waiting for this day for a while now. Okay, even the plastic is a lot harder than I thought. Here it is, the very first mod twin disc for a 2JZ. also for the ZF transmission. Another thing I want to do for this is I have a bell housing out of a ZF transmission that I broke before. So we're gonna use this as our mock-up transmission instead of having to do everything with my transmission. So what I wanna do here is I wanna cut a window on this bell housing that's gonna allow us to install this clutch with the bell housing as a transmission mock-up and visually see the engagement point or air gap on the throttle bearing and everything without having to destroy my transmission and also without guessing. So let's go ahead and cut a window on this transmission bell housing and then mock everything up to show you guys what I'm talking about. Now you can see inside the transmission from the outside. So you can see this. You have the clutch stacked under the transmission, and then now we can see the internals, we can see the engagement and everything. So when we put this in the car, we can see what our spacing is gonna be here. Then we'll be able to see the spacing between the throttle bearing and the pressure plate diaphragm. Now comes the fun part. We get to take the transmission out of the E36. Also, for you guys who have not seen what's under the hood, it is a 2JZ making 800 horsepower attached to a BMW ZF 5-speed transmission using the PMC adapter that you probably can't see, but maybe can see. It's ready to come out. Right over here. Why are you not letting go, transmission? We have a bolt.
What?
We have a bolt left shoulder, man. Okay, shoulder, man. Time 2. Hold it, wait. Wait, Showman. Wait, you should probably go on the front, I got on the back. I gotta pivot it.
Oh shit! In my eye.
Really? So this clutch right here was on my M50 turbo engine. Well, the disc was. The pressure plate, I replaced it when I did the 2JC swap because it needs a E46 M3 pressure plate. But the disc on the M50, after beating on it for about 3 years, was still good. So I reused it in a 2J, and there was another about 3.5 years, including competition time and everything, on a single disc. And it still hasn't slipped. Now we're gonna take this apart and see how much life we still have left on it. But I will say I managed to take this out before it slipped once at 800 horsepower. And while Showman's in the background complaining about Chewy, like always, all he wants is some love. Look at that. I'm gonna have so much work editing, trying to bleep all of Showman out. Aha. Yeah, still good for a couple more events. Okay guys, I got all the bolts out of the flywheel. We just got one left. I'm gonna remove this thing and compare it to the ACT unit. All right guys, let's take apart the Mod Twin and show you guys what it's like on the inside. Here we have the flywheel by itself. You can see there's as much weight taken off from this as you possibly can. Also allowing room for ventilation to get rid of all the heat and gases from the disc. So that's what the flywheel looks like. Now let's take a closer look at the pressure plate and disc. We're gonna start with the back disc. So you can see it's not your ordinary clutch disc. Then you got your hub. In this case, it's gonna be a solid hub. This one doesn't have springs in it. You are gonna have the option to have sprung or unsprung, such as this one. Have your floater, your other disc, and then the pressure plate ring, which is the thicker one. And that leaves us with the pressure plate frame and diaphragm. Next step will be to install the flywheel onto the engine. We gotta install our flywheel bolts now. We're gonna be using some Permatex orange thread locker. So we're gonna be using a little dab at the beginning of the threads on each one of the bolts. Now we're gonna install the bolts on the flywheel. I already have one bolt kind of holding everything in place. I also have a wrench with 2 bolts holding the flywheel in place, so we're able to torque it and the whole motor won't spin on us. We're gonna use the mini impact to sit the flywheel. We are not tying hard with this. There, now the flywheel is flush. Now we can begin our torque sequence. So we gotta go all the way to 75 foot-pounds with this. So we're gonna do 35, 40, 75. Then for our final pass, we're gonna be doing 75 foot-pounds. Now we can reinstall our pressure plate. We line this up on the pilot bearing. We're gonna put 2 of the bolts to line everything up. Now we're gonna install all the bolts and then torque this to 25 foot-pounds of torque. This time around, we're gonna be installing the Tilton slave cylinder along with my custom mounting plate. I also designed my own line kit. So I have my remote bleeder, which is gonna be mounted on the top port. Then the side port is gonna have a braided line, which also has a fitting that's gonna adapt to my current line. The neutral bearing will install like this. The lines will go right through the orifice of the stock slave cylinder. Then it's going to be bolted down to the existing 4 bolts of the factory sleeve. And guys, this is the main thing I wanted to show you guys. This is why I cut that big hole in the side of the transmission to show you this. So here we can see the clutch completely installed, and we verified the stack height. Also just verified the air gap, which is just about a 1/4 inch, exactly as we specified it would be. The air gap would be the space between the clutch diaphragm and the face of the throttle bearing. We selected a 1/4 inch air gap to allow for runoff from the disc wear, that way allowing us to use this clutch all the way to the max of its lifespan. Every single part of your clutch kit is gonna be SFI spec certified, with the flywheel, the cover, the face, floater plate, and the friction disc assembly. That means that you're good for any type of racing. That means drag racing, circuit racing, any type of racing that requires an SFI certification. This clutch, you know, it's guaranteed to meet those specs and surpass them. I just finished transferring the Tilton slave cylinder onto the transmission that we're actually going to be running on the car. This is a ZF 5-speed transmission from the E36 M3 and 328 models. This is a very strong transmission, also very compact. So you can see it's very, very tiny. Actually, a really robust, tiny transmission. And then here's our mock-up transmission with the opening, and then here's our old clutch kit, which will have the flex plate for the starter ring. We have the stock throttle bearing. We have the PMC aluminum flywheel, the ACT 6-box sprung disc, and ACT Extreme E46 M3 pressure plate. Transmission is in, clutch is bled and ready for testing. Everything is buttoned up front to back. Here is a shot of how I ran my lines. Come out from the factory slave cylinder goes. It has a bleed port right there. This line loops around. I did a zip tie to the stud right here. It does have this holding grommets from the line that I got, so it kind of works out to help protect the line from getting messed up from the metal. And then the line that I already had connects to this adapter fitting that I got from Dash 3 to the factory metric connector. All right, guys, moment of truth. Let's start the car and test it. It almost feels too soft to be true, although I still have to put a pedal stop to this. Every time you install a twin disc, you have to put a pedal stop. So we're gonna check where our release point is and then make a pedal stop for the clutch pedal according to that height. Alright, clutch in. Clutch pedals in, releasing little by little. Woo! We're gonna put second gear. Third. I'm gonna go back to first. I'm gonna lock the rear tires and see where it starts engaging. Wow, that throws very little. Wow. Hey, look at this. Check out how little I had to press the clutch to shift. That's pressed in, release, and that's release right there. Look. That's fifth gear right there. It works. And that, guys, is how you install the prototype clutch. First try, like Showman said, and then, yeah, I'm really happy with the results. All I have left to do is just to put that clutch pedal stopper. I do Also order a billet clutch pedals for this car because the stock plastic ones are prone to breaking. Now I'm like, am I really gonna need it? Because this pedal is so soft. You can literally just press it with your hand. Tick, tick. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh no.
Anyways, everything worked amazing. It's time to get out of here. Now, very important, if you are interested in one of these clutches, please do email me at albertobigboost@gmail.com. Also, I did a clutch installed for Taylor Ray on his Turbo LS Corvette. That is also a very, very powerful 1,500 pounds of torque capable clutch that feels almost like a stock clutch. Yes, believe it or not, go check out his video. We did a collaboration installed on his car, so his install video is gonna be on my channel a couple videos back, and then you also can see it on his channel. So thank you guys for watching. Please smash that like button and subscribe for more awesome content. I'll also check out the line of clutches from ACT, and I'll see you guys on the next video.